Yeah, I had kind of a different journey to being a teacher. I always wanted to be a doctor. And so I had actually in high school gotten pre-admitted to medical school, and that had kind of just always been my path. Unfortunately, I found out pretty early into college that I pass out with blood. And so it had kind of left me in this weird place where the thing I'd always planned on doing just wasn't going to be able to physically work out. And so I had gotten a job at the local hospital working in the ER. I particularly liked working with our youngest patients that came in. And so I come from a family of educators, which is maybe why, as a kid, I tried to stay away from it. And so I thought, we have Missouri Western here in town. I will just take an intro to education class and see. And from the very first class, I was absolutely hooked. And there hasn't been a moment since that first class that I've ever questioned my decision to go into teaching. I love teaching and I love being in my classroom. We have a lot of fun in my classroom. So if you would just walk by, a lot of times it might look like we are just playing, and that is very on purpose. So my focus is that my kids are always having fun and enjoying being in my classroom. And so I try to make it very positive and fun every day. It is kind of a trick though, because they're learning deeply whenever they're in my classroom. So one of the biggest challenges is just, again, those competing interests for kids. Sometimes they're talking about other things that happen at home. They just have a lot of other things going on. It might be, technology, just other things. And so I just feel like right now in the classroom, we just have just a lot of distractions. Currently also, the kids got kind of used to a different school schedule with COVID. And so just getting that stamina back to be able to stay focused and alert during a school day is really, really challenging for them. My focus is that whenever kids come to my classroom, that they enjoy coming. Happy kids do learn more, but I always say even if the only thing that they've gained from me in second grade is that they can say that they like school at the end of the year, then I've won. With that being said, I do also have really high expectations for my kids. I want them to be trying their very best so they can continue to grow, both academically and just as little people. A couple of years ago, one of my students that I had previously was talking to a parent. We ran into each other outside of school. She was like, yeah, I can remember when Mrs. Peters started whispering, that's when we knew it was serious. And I was like, that sounds very creepy. I was kind of alarmed. I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, whenever you would get upset, you would whisper at us. And I thought back, and I thought I was being, very peaceful and but I was like, I guess I was whispering. And now still today, every once in a while, I'll notice whenever, the kids have gotten a little bit crazy, I do use a softer voice, and I try to make sure it's not quite a whisper, just from that child's story.